evening, good afternoon, and welcome to What's Up Something. Before I start, I just want to say thank you so very much for all the wonderful and hilarious birthday messages I received. I had no idea there were so many goat memes available on the internet, but it appears it's quite a popular subject. So thank you all for those. I was truly touched and disturbed in equal measure. I'm doing like a double product test today. Because of my birthday, I am now the proud owner of this GoPro Hero7 Black that I'm recording with now, and I'm hoping the stabilisation as I speak is as good as it's cracked up to be. I'm not sure what the low light will be like coming through this tunnel. Yo! The other product I'm testing is this frame top tube bag, but before I go into detail, I've got some climbing to do. This climb has definitely got harder since last time I did it. Since turning 45, my legs have aged dramatically. Regular viewers will recognise that I am cycling on my, well, what has fast become my favourite local route, going up to Gravelly Hill through my Gravelly Grind trial route. Problem with it is it does start with a lot of climbing. So I'm now doing 9.5% gradient. That bit back there was 13%. They're not especially long, but obviously on loose gravel that just adds to the difficulty. It's also 24 degrees, which to UK viewers, I'm sure you'll sympathise, that's pretty hot for a late August, early-ish morning. So the reason I finally bit the bullet and pushed for a GoPro 7 Black is quite simply that I've previously been filming most of my videos on the DJI Osmo Pocket, which was problematic at best, downright annoying a lot of the time, and then finally impossible because it basically has died. So that expedited my requirement for a new camera. Now when the Osmo was working, the gimbal stabilisation was phenomenal, and going back to my GoPro Session 4 just wasn't an option, seeing how much it bounced around on the bike and the overall quality. So the Hero7 Black's main USP is its hyper smooth stabilisation, which I have turned on currently, and it's set 4K 60 frames per second, and I'm expecting some pretty decent results, albeit I am mainly riding through pretty low light areas given the tree cover, and very bumpy terrain. The GoPro's other advantage being it's much more appropriate for most of the types of videos I'm making, being that it's waterproof, pretty much bomb proof, no crazy shallow aperture autofocus issues, everything should just be sharp focus all the time. So for on the go, it should be the weapon of choice really. That's the first time I've been brave enough to ride down that steep bit without taking my feet out. I'm obviously turning into a proper gravel monkey. Now this bit I should ride down. I'm not quite there yet, because I know there's a big route about 3/4 of the way down that if I'm going too fast, I'm not going to be able to stop before I hit it. Now, I'm not sure I have the skills to control that situation, so time for a bit of hiker bike or biker hike, whatever it's known as. Oh, not to mention, look, I can't clip my foot out now. I hate bloody mountain bike pedals. Like, I literally cannot clip my foot out. And that's because it wasn't clipped in properly in the first place. My foot is genuinely trapped. Let's see if I can show you. Look, I cannot twist far enough in any direction to get my foot out. So I'm going to have to take my shoe off. See what's going on there? Oh, okay, I see what's going on. The cleat has come undone and is actually turning in the shoe. Bloody hell, how do I get that out? Christ. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Okay, so I've literally just had to rip the cleat out of my shoe so I can get my shoe off the pedal. You know, when I first started this gravel stuff, I said I'm not going to waste money on expensive shoes because I see them as disposable. Well, it kind of is a case of you get what you pay for. Hey, look, that guy knows what he's doing. He's just flown down that hill. So, cheap B-twin mountain bike shoes. They might be alright, but that suggests otherwise. Right, after a lot of fanning around, I finally got the cleat back on my shoe. Well, off the pedal first, that was the hardest bit. Then back on the shoe. Maybe this is a kind of consumer warning about buying cheap mountain bike shoes. Maybe mine are just faulty, but the whole area where the cleats screw into... Oh, hang on. I have to hold my brakes on while I'm walking down this bit because I am definitely going to go. That whole area seems pretty crappy, I'll be honest. I've loosened the tension of the pedals right off because I'm actually more and more thinking I want to go back to flat pedals anyway, because I just don't trust myself. I'm clipped in on these kind of... Whoa. So I'm more and more each time thinking maybe I'll just get myself a really decent set of flat pedals with those nice grippy sections on them, some decent shoes, and hang on, yeah, some decent shoes, and just put the whole mountain bike pedal thing to bed. Oh, that is mud. Oh, ow, just hit my helmet on the tree. Ew. Jesus. So I'm now on the only road, proper road, on this entire route, and it is the smoothest, quietest, most beautiful road that I know, honestly, anywhere. Sorry if you can't hear me, by the way. I have ordered the external audio adapter so I can plug in a proper microphone. It's not arrived yet, so you're probably just getting a load of wind noise. Morning, cows. Yeah, so this road is just insanely peaceful. Pretty flat, so I mean I'm just rolling now. It's actually a very slight downward gradient. So on the way back, obviously, that equals slight upward gradient, but it's so smooth it really doesn't matter. And it comes down to Woldingham School, which is, I mean, it's like Hogwarts. I'll show you it when I get there. It's incredible. There is some kind of poo on my wahoo. Don't really want to flick it off with my fingers. I'm going to wait until I can get a stick. Okay, I'm not sure how good a view I'm going to get of the main school building, and it's slightly dodgy. A middle-aged man riding past a school filming, but you've got to try and see this. Yeah, I'll flip you around now. Pretty impressive building, I think you'll agree. Morning, Shane. Look at this. This is what cycling's all about. No, not me. I'm ruining the view, aren't I? There we go. Just come down this stunning gravel path. It opens up into that. And it's going to carry on this beautiful gravel path. I do know where this goes actually. It goes to a almost designated mountain biker's route, which is where I crashed recently because I couldn't unclip. And rather embarrassingly, a mountain biker that was passing had to unclip me from my pedals whilst my bike lay on top of me and I was sort of upside down in a ditch. So anyway, GoPro Hero 7. First thing I have noticed already on this ride, the battery does not last particularly well. Now, I've just switched from 4K 60 frames to 1080p 60 frames per second for that very reason. Hypersmooth is still on. I hope it's working. I've got really shaky hands because I just have naturally, and especially when I'm exerting myself, which I just have done up that climb. The interface has changed on the menu system. It's very intuitive, seems really simple. Gets a bit more complicated when you put Pro Tune on, but Pro Tune simply just unlocks another menu where you can control the ISO, various other sort of exposure settings, but you don't need to know any of that. It literally is a turn it on and go. I think the default settings are a bit crap, so you might want to go in and play around with the resolutions and stuff before you get going, but no, really simple. I mean, as far as a sort of point it, press a button, turn it on, turn it off again goes, it just does what it says on the tin. I did have the speech control on, and that works okay, understands the commands like GoPro start recording or GoPro start hyperlapse, things like that. Does understand them, and it was working fine until last night when I kept hearing it from the other room turning itself on and off, and it was picking up some noises from somewhere that it misconstrued as instructions to start recording. So maybe I've got some really good unexpected footage on here somewhere, but I don't know. What more can I tell you? I genuinely can't tell you anything until I see the footage. I'm just hoping Hypersmooth works. I'm hoping this microphone is better than on the Hero 6. Like I say, I've got the external mic adapter coming and a little Rode Wireless Go microphone, which is literally like two sort of postage stamp sized boxes. One fits to the top of the GoPro, one will clip on here with a wind muff on it. So you should get some really decent sound in future videos. Did get myself a selfie stick as well for times like this when my hands are really shaky. I think holding it with this would be a better idea. But why does no one make a selfie stick with the slidey bit at the top, so I can literally just clip, unclip, instead of having to unscrew it from this bracket and screw it into this one and then unscrew it again to screw it back into the clip to go into my chest mount or onto my bike mount. So come on people, selfie stick just with one of the little quick release clips on it. I don't know. Well, enough about the GoPro probably. I know everyone wants a full in-depth review, but there's really nothing you can say about these things. There's nothing to them. What are the functions? I mean, the hyperlapse looks good as well. Maybe I'll set that next time I go riding off, after I finish this waffling, I'll set it on hyperlapse and see what that looks like. It's supposed to really smooth it out really nicely. Yeah, it's about as in-depth as I can. Oh, I'll tell you what you will like. Is anyone familiar with GoPros? The packaging comes with basically a clear Perspex box and this black plastic thing with one of the slidey, like that. One of these slidey mounts as part of the packaging. That's what's holding the GoPro in place. So not one to want to see things go to waste. I have used that slidey plastic mount thing to make a saddle mount for my GoPro Hero Session 4. I've literally just cut it so it slots in and sits on top of the saddle rails, and I've put one little screw in there just to keep it stable. I wouldn't put that screw in if this was a saddle that I particularly liked, but this is the crappy saddle that came with the Planet X and will be replaced at some point anyway. But for now, there we go. Don't throw away your packaging for your GoPro. All right, I might as well move on to the next thing. This is the bag I have bought for my top tube. Not sure how you'd pronounce that. Bit new. It's the bit new top tube bag with a clear touchscreen phone holder thingy. Your phone basically slots in the back there and is held by Velcro, but then you've got this nice big waterproof compartment where I have currently my power bank, which has already proven to be useful given that the battery life on this thing has not been the best. There's like a waterproof cap that goes over the whole bag just for further water protection, but yeah, just plenty of space. You can keep in there what you like, but obviously I've got a gel, I've got these muscle rubs which I actually got when I did my first Ride London in 2016 or whenever it was, and they've been in every bag I've ever taken with me on a ride. WKG stickers, because you just never know. That's it. Power bank. What's that? Oh, that's my USB-C thingy. The other thing I've done is I've cut an old mouse mat to put on top of the tube there, because it does slip around a little bit, so that's taking out some of the slip. So there you go, pro DIY tip if you've got an old mouse mat lying around. Anyway, this bag, for anyone that's interested, was $16.99 from this little known retailer that I found online called Amazon. Yeah, so far so good. Oh, it's got this little thing as well, but I'm not using it at the moment because this cable, the cable wasn't long enough, the one I bought, to plug into my GoPro when it's clipped into the front of the bike if I loop it through there. So I basically do it there, bring one of the zips round, so there's still a little bit of a gap there, and then that's long enough to clip into the GoPro. All really fascinating stuff for you, I'm sure. Oh look, there's Goatee. I think the battery's running out, hang on. Still a bit of life in the old goat yet. Right, I am going to enjoy what is already turning out to be just the most magnificent late August ride. I mean, it's just, look at it. Oh, look at this. And I know roughly where I'm going, and I know it doesn't get any less beautiful than this for the rest of my ride. Happy days. So that was hyperlapse, and I'm way off the beaten track now. All sorts of things were bouncing off my bike, twanging off the spokes. This isn't even really a path, and I got twatted in the shin by a log that sort of kicked up off my wheel. That bloody hurts. Yeah, so now I've got to trek over some trees and crap. There we go. To try and find my way back onto a path. Going back the way I came isn't really an option because that wasn't a path anyway. But yeah, hyperlapse. Again, I'll only know afterwards if it was any good. Can you hear all the gunshots? I think there's a clay pigeon place nearby. It's all double shots, it's sort of silence and then that suggests to me clay pigeon shooting. Or I'm going to get shot by hunters, and if you find this video, tell Obi I love him. I have no grip on my feet. I'm trying to lock into a root for some kind of a platform. Anyway, turns out I did need to go back the way I came, and the only way I could see, oh yeah, it is a path. Oh, phew. And so the only way I could see to get back to a path was basically up this cliff face. Look at that, can you see that drop? There's a rope where kids have obviously been swinging out there. Bloody hell, I'm not sure I would trust a rope swinging out over the top of that. I'm going to guess 30 feet deep. I'm so unfit, this is stupid. I swear, it's just as soon as I've turned 45, it's like psychology. Wasn't fit before it, but oh, I'm ready for my slippers and my rocking chair now, I think. Whoa. Not exactly cyclocross speed, getting off and jumping over a log. Ah, okay, here's the spot where I crashed. I hit this route just before I hit this climb, which I've made this time, yes! But it brought me to a complete halt. I couldn't unclip. Basically, I kind of rolled backwards out of it with one foot strapped to my pedal. Oh, I'm going around in circles then, that means. God's sake. Ooh, it is warm in here. Not getting any breeze. I am obviously shaded from the sun, but wow, it's like that really sort of close, muggy heat. I'm not going to complain though. Last week it looked as though summer had ended. I was going to be confined to indoor cycling till next year, but here we go, I'm out. And I've successfully navigated my way back to the car park where that woody route began. So I know exactly where I am now, exactly where I'm going, and I know I love this part of the ride. Hello, you. You don't mind the camera, do you? You're gorgeous, aren't you? Enjoy your day. This is the reward for all the climbing. Woo! Well, I won't deny, I'm a little bit scared. Whoa! Got some good air there. Woo! Some like little steps on this. Whoa. Oh, this is a big step, right? Oh my good God. Right, I'm glad I slowed down for that. Where am I? Right turn, that's right. Check this place out. I'm trying to do it sort of covertly. Hello? That is a cute goat, but I'm getting funny looks from what I assume is its mother there in the background, just beyond that fence with the very big horns. But you're gorgeous, aren't you, hey? You know, that house I went past, I have a feeling it might be Katie Price's house. You know, Jordan. For anyone outside of the UK, Jordan was the modelling name of someone called Katie Price, who is this pretty repulsive, plastic, fantastic model. Anyway, I think that's her house, and that is a very cute goat. So I suppose this is my third product test. This is the Selfie Stick, fully extended to, I don't know, what, 20 inches, something like that, 18 inches maybe. I'm guessing this will help to keep things even more stable, but obviously it's not that easy to ride with it. But it's okay. It's about a £5 off Amazon again. GoPro make one that I was really interested in called, I think it's called a Shorty. Tiny little thing that extends out nicely, but also has a sort of flip out tripod base, which would have been useful, but I think it was about £30, and I just can't justify that for a stick. Looks interesting down there. Let's go and have a look. Oh, that is steep. Wow. Okay, I know where I am. This is just a little loop that's gone round a couple of houses, I think, back to the residential section of that amazing school, Woldingham School, which means I'm now back on that stunning quiet road which takes me to the woods and back home. I think I'm going to call this ride Steps and Stinging Nettles. I've been carrying the bike up a lot of steps on this one, and just stinging nettles everywhere. I need to stop mentioning that because it's kind of a given. If I'm going to do this kind of riding, I'm going to be riding through thorns and stinging nettles. Anyway, time to climb the next set of steps. And I'm back on my beloved quarry road, a couple of k's from home. Beautiful. I've done 29 kilometers. Having come from doing road riding, seems pathetic in terms of distance, but it takes me as long as if I'd gone out for like a 100k road ride. 530 meters of climbing so far. I think I've worked out what the biggest difference between road riding and the kind of ride that just was. That just was? Is that correct? Apart from obviously the traffic, the lack of gates, stairs and walking, carrying your bike, the biggest difference I think is riding through the woods. The flats and the descents are almost as hard as the climbs. Concentration levels are through the roof because of mud, rocks, roots, etc. And I find I'm gripping my bars like nobody's business. I'm practically trying to strangle them. And I'm sure that's not the best way to do it, and I'm sure given time and growing confidence I'll relax and loosen up a little bit. But it really does feel like my arms and my shoulders are getting more of a workout than my legs on these rides. Okay, I think I'll wrap things up here. So I'm nearly home. Just firstly to say thank you all so much for everybody that ordered the t-shirts. They have all but a handful been shipped now. The reason that some haven't been shipped is basically anyone whose order contained the design with all 5 logos on, the Fun, Pain, Torture, Vomit and Goat logo. That particular design, the silk screen that I use for printing, basically failed after one print, which was ridiculous. So a new blank screen has arrived. It's been coated in emulsion. I just need that emulsion to dry so I can expose the design onto it again, and then I can print all those ones out, which is looking like it's going to be tomorrow, unless it looks dry enough this afternoon. The screen, that is, not the weather. So my sincere apologies to anybody that's waiting on theirs. I hope you all understand. Obviously I print these myself. My screen print setup is actually in my bedroom at the moment, so I'm just going to pull over. Oh, yeah, my print setup's actually in my bedroom at the moment because I collapsed my shed because I'm supposedly building my super duper pain palace. So it's less than ideal. Oh, why am I so tired? I'll blame the heat. But yeah, thank you for your patience. They will be winging their way to you as soon as humanly possible. Quickly wrap up on the camera. No idea, seems to work. Battery's not been great, although it has been much better since I switched to 1080p. I suppose the other beauty is that they're replaceable batteries, unlike the DJI Osmo Pocket. So I will invest in a couple of spare batteries that I can keep with me, but the fact that you can actually operate it whilst on the power bank is really good. So that's all cool. You could be the judge of the footage and the sound and video quality. As for this little bag, I really like it. It's already proven itself to be very useful. My phone, there you go, look, you can see messages. This touchscreen works quite nicely. I'm not going to put my code in now, but the clear plastic doesn't interfere with the touchscreen too much, and it's been holding more than I will normally need to hold, and being able to charge this GoPro from the power bank whilst riding. Oh my god, this is not right. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully now I'm back with this camera, can start doing loads more of these outdoor ride videos. It's too hot for Zwift. Catch you soon.